Three things you have unheard of in this short-term rental industry. So firstly, Ali secured a 30 nights booking literally 2 days before picking up the keys. Now guys, when we're saying that he's literally picked up the keys, the property's not set up, he banged in 30 nights booking, and that's what we do in GrowYourBnb. Secondly, this guy has made over £2,600 net profit from 2 properties. And lastly, this guy has secured 6 months of direct booking worth £15,000 with contractors. Right, so if you want to know how Ali has not only made nearly £2,600 on net profit. So guys, we're saying 2 properties. This guy came from literally having zero knowledge to actually making £2,600 net profit from 2 properties. And in this video, he's actually going to share, like, the interview is amazing because this guy actually tells how we've done this from the point that he was about to give up, right? So if you're watching this video, you're looking to start, or even if you've already started this business and you can't scale and you're about to give up, look, this guy will tell you everything about it and how, you know, not only myself, but my team's actually handhold him to get this result. So really excited. Welcome to another Grow Your BNB video. Now, if you're watching this video and you've struggled to secure a rent-to-rent property, guys, Ali is a perfect example of not giving up and making sure he's got the right knowledge, the right tools, the right support, and you can deliver. So look, this video will tell you everything you want to know about rent-to-rent service accommodation business. Guys, welcome to another video. So I have another client of mine, which I'm gonna obviously interview today for you guys in my channel. And Ali, first of all, welcome to my client interview. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, all good.
Good. Well, firstly, thanks for taking time out to obviously do this. Off camera, we're just talking about your journey. We've just done a handover. And really today, for people out there, as like in my channel, I like to share, right? So you're a nutshell about Ali actually. He's a newly investor in service accommodation or short-term rental business. He's not only got 1, he's got 2 unit now. Well, he's securing second one, and he's about to get it ready in 2 weeks' time, which obviously GrowYourBnb is going to help you market it. But mate, welcome to this call. How do you feel?
Yeah, thanks. I feel good. Yeah, it's been a great journey, to be honest. And yeah, just picked up the keys for my second unit yesterday. So looking forward to getting it set up.
Look, what I like to do is, now you understand, like my first question to anyone who comes in this interview is, now you understand what the short-term rental market is in the UK, what does it personally mean to you?
Good question. So, I mean, before I, started working with you, I just thought, short-term rental market is like get a property, chuck it on Airbnb, and you'll get customers left, right, and center, and great. But I don't think it's easy as that anymore. And since we've worked together, I've kind of realized, the short-term rental market is going through, it is growing, and one of the big things there is people like contractors, for example, go in for long-term bookings compared to the people who are staying with you for weekends. So for me now is trying to attract those long-term bookings rather than having cleaners in every 2 nights to clean after the guests who've made a load of mess after a party, for example.
Absolutely. And let's take back to a few months ago now. Obviously we've worked for a while together, but let's just talk about Ali as a person who came to me who had absolutely no knowledge about the industry. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel now about short-term rental business? Just because, talk to me when you first came to me, what was your knowledge?
Okay, so let me just wind it back to how I even came across you. So at the start of the year, I was kind of debating the idea and looking at, doing rent to rent. So, finding a property, getting it set up and putting it on Airbnb booking.com, for example. And then I followed you on Instagram and you kept posting about, Grow Your BNB, or you post about long-term bookings and stuff. So one day I remember just messaging you and saying, I'd like to know more.
Yeah.
And you messaged me something back and, didn't really go anywhere. Then 2 weeks later, I think you posted something else. And I messaged you again. I said, I'm really interested, but I have no idea where to start. So, we had a call then, I think, a week later, and yeah, we had a 8-week kind of
consulting, pretty much. So for people who's watching this, Ali's one of my consulting clients who came with zero knowledge in the industry. In 8 weeks, I really kind of bespoke, and I always say it's not a mentorship, it's not a training program, purely because I have to consult you in the way you want, the deal to happen, right? And Ali, let's talk about, because the first few weeks was brilliant because we trained well, like we had our one-to-one sessions, I gave you all the information, but what happened on 5th or 6th week?
Okay, so 5th or 6th week is where it started getting tough. So you're messaging landlords, calling estate agents and stuff like that, and after a while I just had enough, and for 2-3 weeks I just couldn't be bothered to even pick up the phone and call an agent to try and find a deal. And to be honest, this is where I think no one else would kind of give this kind of service. Piers, I really appreciate this. You'd call me every single day or every couple of days being Ali, why aren't you making these calls, or what's going on?
How many calls have you done? I used to ask you that question.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, and it's why are you not doing it, kind of thing. And look,
let's build iPhone calls.
Yeah, there was those 3 weeks or so where I was just having a bad few weeks where I just didn't have any motivation to do the calls or anything, and then kind of picked it up again after a few weeks, and luckily I managed to find a deal. And it's all good, the 3-4 weeks where we were learning about B&B, where I didn't know at all, and setting up the business, doing the legal side of things. And then after that, once I got a deal, then you feel that relief is you think sometimes, am I ever going to get a deal? After calling 50 agents and they're all saying no.
Ali, actually, let me stop you there. You probably made more than 50 phone calls, correct?
Yeah.
And you didn't get a deal.
Yeah.
So that is a perfect example, and I think people watching this will love this. The fact that you didn't give up anyway, although I was on your back, I didn't want you to give up too, right? I didn't want you to give up. The main thing is you didn't give up, and you got yourself back, and a few weeks later you were like, right, let me get back into it, and you started making those phone calls, and there you go, you got your unit. After you got your unit, and then what happened?
So 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I picked up the keys to my first unit, got it set up, furnished, decorated and whatnot. Told Piers.
Let's take it back. So you picked up the keys, right? And you work, a part of us is you work with GrowYourBnb, which we help you market your property.
Yeah.
So you picked up your keys, and then maybe you were doing halfway through painting. What happened?
So told Piers, obviously, told you obviously that I've got this. You took it off my hands. You guys, you and your team listed it up within I think a day and a half. I had a 31-night booking. I was there Monday morning, and I was like, oh, 31-night booking. Oh yeah, nice. I messaged you straight away.
That is your first ever client you've got. Your property was just you've just picked up the keys, and a day and a half later, probably you were just doing a bit of painting around and stuff, the setup. Your bed would have not arrived by then. How did it feel to land that first 31-night booking?
It was such a relief, because you do worry about these things. You're I've invested a load of money, and you think, when am I going to get a booking? But I wasn't expecting it to be so quick, within a day and a half, to get a booking. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well, the beauty of it, I think, once you have your first deal, you feel confident that you can get more because you've kind of got that experience. But I think getting that first deal is it is sometimes really hard, especially doing all them phone calls and that. It demoralizes you a little bit, but
yeah, absolutely. And what I've always said to you, what did I say? You were one phone call away from your next deal.
Yeah, you only need one agent to work with you. You don't need thousands.
You don't need thousands, and that's exactly what happens to you. So look, what people watching this video, I think what I want to give them a heads up is, look, you understand property investing strategy now. You know how to get a deal. You know what works. You know how to do a due diligence. you now are facing a little bit of challenge, but you understand how to run a hospitality business, right? So it's not just like serving a client, is it? Like we're talking off camera earlier about, have you got your terms and conditions right? How are you going to take deposit? All this stuff are going to come to you now because now you're in the business, right? And lastly, it's all about marketing it, right? That's where your business is, because reality is you could have, with not 90% of operators, what do? I've always said to you, they'll pick up the keys, they'll take nearly 2 weeks to set up, then they will have photos done to their property, then they will list it on Airbnb. By then, 3 weeks gone, and the next rent is due, right? In your case, it's a whole different. You actually made profit in a day and a half, so you've already paid for the next month and made some money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and that different way.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what gave me the confidence to get my second unit so quickly. Like, so I picked up the keys for my first unit 2 weeks ago, and then my second unit, I picked up the keys yesterday. So, I think, those kind of results really helped me want to go and, get that second unit, because I was like, this is really good opportunity for me to, scale up.
So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share you Ali's Airbnb account. Right, remember this is a very fresh new account, and it will show you how he's made, how much money, but also the views, the performance, and the types of bookings he's secured in just that Airbnb account. Now guys, remember this client is fully new to the industry, but also at the same time, he's serving more longer term bookings than short term bookings. Yeah, in a nice way, in a quicker way, with the right confidence, because a lot of people do go and add another unit for the sake of adding it, if that makes sense, because they're like, oh, I found a good deal, I'm going to do it anyway. They will never have that confidence about strategizing what sort of bookings you're going to get or how you're going to get those long-term bookings, right? So Ali, now lastly, to end this interview, your experience working with me, how does it feel?
Yeah, honestly, like probably the best, kind of decision I made, really. Like, I was thinking of other investments and where to invest, really, but I'm glad I've invested in this because, the results already have spoken for themselves. And, I think with anyone else, I haven't had that experience with anyone else, but, I'm pretty sure most people would be like, okay, here's your 8-week plan, you're done, kind of, that's it, I don't want to see you again, kind of thing. But with you, and your team, you've kept on my back. Obviously it's been more than 8 weeks for us, just because, they had that few weeks in between where it was kind of, but like, I don't think, other people would have gone out of their way to make sure that I got those results, and I'm really grateful for that.
No, listen, thank you so much for taking this time out to do this interview. I'm sure your success in the next few weeks and months, you're going to add more units, you're doubling up your profit. That's what we want to do first, right? 2 different units, and eventually, like I've always said to you, just focus on growing the business in the right way, because if you do that, then that way scaling your short-term rental business is very, very easy, right? So look, Ali, thanks so much for doing this video. Mate, we've got more to work with again. I know we're marketing your second property again for you. Look forward to getting you results. But thanks for taking so much time, mate.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Me and Ali, we absolutely enjoyed doing this. Ali, for example, don't want to do a video, he's not that person, but I'm so grateful that he shared his interview or his success with you guys. Remember, I'm also going to leave my Google review, because Ali has left an amazing Google review based on his experience working with me in the last 8 weeks, getting him the results, but at the same time, absolutely enjoying the process. So guys, if you want to watch more of this video, my name is Piers. I am from GrowYourBnb.com, and I'll leave some of the link down below for new videos to come.